Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back. Zach's going to join us tonight. Thanks for being here, Zach.
I was going to say, do not adjust your sets. Mike did not all of a sudden have a horrible industrial accident. It is I.
Yes, and he is. Mike's not going to join us tonight. He's not feeling up to snuff, and he had a big week. So Zach decided he would be willing to pitch in and help me with this last minute. Thank you, Bud. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
We had
coming out of the bullpen, kids.
Absolutely. Now, if you're a baseball fan, Max Scherzer is set to come out in the bullpen tonight if things get wild. So
another hour.
Yes, sir. So, which is perfect timing. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll go through the chat real quick. And we're not doing Super Tramp tonight because Mike won't be here. He did a bunch of stuff, and he has some Super Tramp stuff lined up. So we'll get him to do that next week. Hey, Chungus, thanks for being here.
So next week you can talk about, the band Super Tramp, and tonight you got the OG Super Tramp.
Let's go.
I may be simple. I may be easy, but I am simple.
That's right. I may be easy, but I'm not cheap. Well, I'm kind of cheap too. But
I'm oof.
Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. We got Robert Pop Springs coming in. Hey, Robert. Thanks for being here. And we have Sydney Katz here with her My Life Sunny Side Up channel. She's also a member. Thank you so much. Julie Farnham is here as well. Hey, Julie, I know you're a big Ace fan as well, and it's been a tough weekend for sure. And I'm sure the Walmarts down by your area will never be the same now. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley. I did post on my channel on the post tab, Ace shopping at Walmart for some shirts. It's pretty comical. And then he went and got a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. He's an everyman, right? But he drove his Bentley to Walmart.
Hey, but if that's the only car you have, you got to take it. I mean, he's Ace Frehley. I'm sure not walking to Walmart.
That's right. Yeah, I don't think he can find it. Remember, drug in public since 1975. And we got,
it was a different time then.
It was, certainly. Well, he was the rock star, man. He lived the rock star life. Hey, Jim Maynard, the Card Kitchen. Thanks for being here, Jim. And we got Matthew Pitsley. Thanks for being here, Matthew. The savant himself. Chuck Dupree. Thanks for being here, Chuck D. Appreciate you, pal. Great guy. For the greater Chicago area himself. And we got 4 Cat Billies in a Virginia mountain shack, also known as John, from the Shenandoah Valley. And John Swerzik. Thanks, John, for being here, buddy. He's one of the OGs with Bert. I appreciate you for being here. Everybody's saying hi to each other. And Gaza's here. Thanks for being here, Gaza. And Shalungus, Chunalingus, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to say it that way.
Credit to you and Sydney Cat for even attempting that name, because this brain ain't processing that.
No, but thanks for being here, Slungus. He's over there, Sydney Cat's quite a bit, and a little bit of a supporter over there for her. And I appreciate her shouting me out today. And we have Nature Dog Realms. Thank you for being here, Nature Dog Realms. You are awesome. And Sydney Cat's been a member for 11 months. Wow. Thank you.
Let's go.
Very much.
Hey,
and she just gifted 5 memberships to the channel.
That's
Yay,
awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Let's get her pinned up here. Get her pinned.
Oh, Barry got himself a membership. Monch, Bisay, Sean. Oh, that's awesome, Sydney Cat. You're awesome.
Yes, that is. Thank you, Sydney Cat. Hey, Henry, thanks for being here. We're going to talk about music tonight, Henry. I know you're a collector of all sorts, and I'm sure you'll be digging it. Let me see here. There we go. This pin. Everybody go check out the pin of the night. Is My Life Sunny Side Up. Go give her a sub, watch a video. She's got a cool short she did of the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. So we're talking about music.
Ooh.
Do you know that the Aragon Ballroom was where Nirvana shot the video for You May Be Right? And it was the last single they released after he passed away. They recorded it there as well. For Cat Billies is a member. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate your support, my man. It's awesome. Yeah, and so she did a video of that driving through near North End in Chicago. So I thought that was pretty cool. So go check that out. Actually, can you get that video link and put it in there, Sydney Cat, and I'll pin it so everybody can go check that out. That's a historic area, an historic venue for music in Chicago. Like all kinds of bands played at the Aragon, all kinds. Like it's history. So go check it out, man. It's a cool video. Yeah, there you go. You saw Volbeat at Aragon. I saw Volbeat myself a couple times. Like Johnny Cash met like Metallica. It was weird. I loved it. It was awesome. Volbeat rules. All right. So tonight on the chat, everybody, I want to ask you some stuff. I'm going to get some people to put in like what their favorite Ace Frehley song is, what their favorite Kiss record is. We're going to talk about that a little bit, and I'm going to show you some of my stuff. Thanks. And Zach's going to show some of his Kiss stuff. I know he said, let's see, there we go. It's in there now.
Perfect.
We're not doing Supertramp. I know we talked about Supertramp, but we want to talk about Kiss and Ace Frehley, especially a couple of records that influenced me growing up and what made me want to play music. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to flip the screen over a little bit and flip the camera because I got a couple of cool things I want to show.
Yeah,
all right. So can you all see that? So if you can all see that, that is the Kiss Rock and Roll Over record. It was one of my favorite records as a kid. I remember bugging my parents so much after I got Destroyer to get this album. It's one of my favorite albums from Kiss. I have like 10 copies. I was talking to a friend today, and I showed him I have 10 different printings of this record. Bit obsessed. This is the 180 gram reissue. So the remaster, light. Sorry, guys. It's got shrink wrap still on it, which is why it's glaring. But some of the songs I want to talk about on this album, like they got some really cool songs, right? You can't really see it that well. Damn it.
Actually, you kind of can.
There's thanks, Nature Dog. I Want You, Take Me, Calling Dr. Love, and that guitar solo in Calling Dr. Love from Mace is awesome. Ladies Room, which is a cool song. Baby Driver from Peter Criss is an awesome song. I don't know if you guys are big fans of Kiss or not, but Peter Criss singing was some of my favorite stuff. It really was. We got Love 'Em, Leave 'Em, which is a Gene Simmons song. Mr. Speed, See You in Your Dreams, Hard Luck Woman, which is a real cool acoustic song, and Making Love, which is also another cool song. So about Kiss. Oh, hi Ace. Hi Ace, how are you?
Hello.
Another cool thing about Kiss, Gene Simmons wrote a lot of the gritty songs, the really harder songs, and Paul Stanley wrote a lot of the poppy songs. But Ace always showed up with a cool guitar solo. You know what I mean? I was looking for Hotter Than Hell today, and I couldn't find it. But I think Strange Ways from Ace Frehley is probably the best Kiss solo that he ever did. That's my opinion. What do you think, Zach? Do you have a favorite Ace Frehley song or
I'm thinking that one I do know, and that one is kind of on another level. And I don't know, like it's going to get to the point where it's going to be like splitting hairs between them, but I think that one may stand a little above all the others.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's one of those ones, right? But back to Rock and Roll Over. This has the sticker. Okay, the sticker for the 70s is a lot larger. This is the one from the reissue or from the reprinting. But that sticker, if you have it from the original record, which I do, it's probably that much bigger. Like it's huge, but it's worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
But this is the Rock and Roll Over sticker, the famous one that everybody talks about. Strutter and Cold Gin. Absolutely, Jim. That's a great one. Cold Gin's a great song. Strutter's an awesome song. I wanted to play guitar so bad as a kid because of Ace Frehley. So I started to play guitar. You know, what about you, Zach? Did you?
Well, and we were talking about this a bit backstage, and I'm going to kind of bring a different perspective to the whole thing because, you know, not being as big a Kiss fan as you are, but yet how impactful his, you know, all of his stuff was. like, you know, when we were talking, the myriad of musicians from all time periods, from his own time period up until the current times with some of the current artists, and just how much it meant to him. So I think I even said, like, I haven't listened to as much Kiss as you. I've unfortunately never got the chance to see them live. But it's like, in a way, you have, because of all the other people that were influenced by him specifically. You know, not the band itself, but him specifically, and his, you know, not just playing ability, but his songwriting ability, because he wrote some great songs. Great songs.
He did. One of the songs I really enjoyed that he wrote was one of the 4 tracks that was on the 4th side of Kiss Alive 2. Kiss Alive 2 is a live record, as everybody knows, or wait, let me see. A live record, because it was overdubbed in studio and after the fact and all that post-production. But Rocket Ride from Ace Frehley is probably my favorite song on that record. It's a great riff. It's really cheeky, really innuendo, you know, because Kiss was famous for that innuendo, right?
Well, and speaking of that, I think he did he not write Lick It Up?
No, that's Vinnie Vincent. That was his replacement.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. It's like, because I knew it was like around that time, but I didn't know if he had written it before, you know, the incident.
He wrote some of the solos for another song, which they then got Vinny to do. But check this out. Between my son, my grandson, myself, we now own over 50 guitars. Even my 14-year-old grandson loves Ace and Kiss. Hell yeah, Jim. You're doing a great job being his grampy, I'll tell you. If he's into Kiss, he's going to do all right. You know? Because, again, you don't know how to be a rock and roll star unless you look at this guy, right? You got to look at Ace Frehley and say, he's a rock star.
I mean, you got to think, just for the attitude, he was almost kind of like the American version of Keith Moon. You know, just in that. I think Alice Cooper said it about Keith Moon. I think you could apply it there. It's like, everything you hear about him is true, and you've only heard 10% of it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to show something else. We're going to talk about when we saw Kiss. This is when we saw Kiss.
Yeah. See, like stuff like that. Now, I have to ask, you've seen them several times, yes?
I saw the original lineup on the farewell tour, and then I seen them a few times afterwards with the cover band version, the Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer.
But having never attended one of their shows, what was the atmosphere? Like, how just
electric
was it? I was going to say, like, because in the realm of performing acts, not just talented acts, but also talented and performing acts, like, they're up the cream of the crop. So, you know, and I've seen some pretty decent bands at shows, and like, you feel the atmosphere, and always wondered, like, especially to such a fan as you, like, what was it like that first time when you got to see them?
Well, when I got to see them, okay, so growing up in the early 80s, mid 80s, Kiss had already left the makeup behind. They had moved on from Creatures of the Night. They took the makeup off. They did Look It Up. And they did, I know Ace was credited for Creatures, but he never played on it. They just kept his image just for continuity's sake.
Okay, see, that's the parts of it that I don't truly know.
Because Vinnie Vincent was sort of a liability with Kiss, and they weren't really sure about him. So he wouldn't even sign a contract with them, but he wrote like 2 albums with them. Vinnie's nuts. I think Vinnie has now transitioned to a woman, but that's neither here nor there. He's an outside fellow. He's a different guy. But growing up coming back to your question, growing up in the early 80s, 83, 84, 85, that was Animalized. That was Asylum. That was the post-makeup era. Look It Up. Very poppy, very hair metal, glam metal, I guess you could say. Glam. So
yeah,
I accepted that was Kiss. Okay. I accepted that was Kiss. Yes, you probably should have got on that before, Henry.
Yeah.
But I never thought I would ever see the day where Kiss was going to get back together and put the makeup on, ever.
Right.
I had a chance to see them on Crazy Nights. They canceled this part of the Canadian leg because Eric Carr got sick. and they never played. And then he got sick during Revenge, and they were supposed to come then, and they didn't because he died.
Right.
So the whole thing, right? Rest in peace, Eric Carr. But I never thought this was going to happen. So I'm there, and I'm like losing. Like I'm freaking out because I'm like, so I was laughing, I was crying all at the same time. It was so emotional because I grew up idolizing these 4 characters, these guys, these superheroes, right? That could play music. And again, it was the 70s era Kiss that I loved, right? The Peter Criss lineup with Ace Frehley and Paul and Gene. So basically the Beatles on steroids for our generation. So when I saw them play, I didn't criticize whether or not, Peter could still hit the notes as high as he did or as hard as he did, or Ace missed a note in a solo. I didn't get it. I'm seeing Kiss, man. And I've been wanting this since I was 10 years old. Okay. So 25 years ago, I'm 48 now. So that was 23. And it was the most important thing I ever done in my life. And I had played in bands that we went all around. We could have been somebody, but it didn't work out for us. I saw Kiss, Blue Oyster Cult. Go ahead.
Oh, the Winter Brothers. Oh, man. My dad was the one that introduced me to Edgar Winter.
Oh, yeah. Edgar Winter group rules, man. That's like Frank Zappa stuff. That's like next level stuff. But it was.
I guess, and what you said there, that I want to touch on real quick. You said what an important moment it was in your life. And just looking at all the outpouring of the emotions from all the musicians and fans alike, you are one of many to have that exact same feeling about an experience with that band. And to me, regardless if you're a fan or not, you cannot deny the impact when this many people have such a similar story about it.
Exactly. And John and Henry, that's cool, guys. It's true, because for me, I picked up a guitar because of Ace Frehley, and then I picked up the drums because of Peter Criss, and I was a better drummer than I was a guitar player. Because so when I was younger, I busted my knuckles up a lot so my pinky finger doesn't go very well on the frets. So I actually had to play with 3 fingers. I can, and I could do it. I get the shapes and stuff, but it's like I could feel it going out of joint every time I move my pinky. Not the greatest, but I have more control when I play drums. So I play drums.
Yeah. But that's the thing. So many people that never made it big, that maybe played in a garage band for a year or two before like the end of high school. But so many people of all talent levels had to have picked up a guitar because of him.
Yes, absolutely. I watched a podcast today with David Ellefson and the bass player from Primer. They have a podcast with David Ellefson's channel on YouTube. And if you guys don't know, he was the bass player, original founding member of Megadeth. And they were talking about how important Ace was as a showman, as a musician, yes, but as a showman, as a rock star, as a guy up on stage, how he moved, what he said, what he wore, And you can't forget that infamous interview Kiss did in '79 with Tom Snyder.
I mean, it was essentially the total package. Like, he was the musician, he was the performer, he was the showman, he was the rock star, and and from just everything, completely unapologetic about it all. Did not care. He was going to do what he wanted to do, and every single person that ever watched him, I'd watched in videos and listened to the songs. You can tell. You can just tell. He does not care.
Yeah. No, and he was unapologetically himself. And that to me is just perfect, right? And another thing with Ace Frehley that I thought was really cool about him is he can't read sheet music. He never knew how to learn. He never learned how to read music. So he never knew how to play proper guitar, like proper classical guitar. He played by feel. Right. And if you notice, his style is so unorthodox too.
And to me, that is more of an art than being able to read sheet music, is to do what people who read sheet music do, just by ear, just by feel. And to me,
yes.
is far more impressive.
Now, when I first started out, when I was younger, my mom said, "Oh, you want to be a music guy? Okay, go play piano. Go learn piano." And I bucked her, and like, because my friends are out skateboarding, man. I didn't want to be learning chops. I didn't want to be learning, Frehley. I didn't want to learn any of this stuff. I wanted to be a rock star, rock and roller.
That was me.
So I didn't take to it. I bucked it at every turn. Really regret. That's one of the biggest regrets I have in my life is not learning how to play proper piano. So I didn't really learn sheet music and all that till I was older. After I played drums, after I played in bands for years, I have the feel. I play by feel. I don't need a metronome. I don't need a click tracker. I just keep time. I'm just naturally good at it.
Yeah, and there are people that are very good at that. I, unfortunately, am not one of them.
But I went to learn sheet music from a drum instructor in my 30s, and I was like, oh, that's why it's this way. Oh, that's cool. That's, you know what I mean? Like, it was so enlightening.
And that's what I mean. It's people like you, people like him, people that are able to do that. Once you see it, like, now it makes sense why I'm thinking that. And, but if you just start with the music, you'll understand how to play it. Like, I understand how to read music and actually play, but it's not going to have the same feel to it as somebody who, is naturally gifted.
That's right. And doing it with sheet allows you to have it repeatable. And John, that's awesome. Seeing Sabbath in Germany in 75, that would have been the best.
I saw them on their reunion tour. It didn't matter if they were a little older. I saw Ozzy Osbourne. I saw those guys together in the late 90s. It's like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, me too, buddy. And it's one of those things I don't regret. Sure, did Ozzy sing what he used to sing? No, he didn't.
No, did I care? But he's not supposed to. Who could after 25, 30 years?
Exactly. So coming back, one of the things that people mentioned about Ace Frehley was his solo record. When in 78, Ace wanted to leave Kiss before the solo record came out. And Gene convinced him to stay because, hey, we're on top of the world, and Ace didn't feel like he had a voice anymore in the band. So he wanted to leave. So the compromise was the solo records. 4 solo records came out September 25th, 1978. There's 4 of them. So there was the Peter one, the Ace one, the Gene one, and the Paul one. They all had the poster, and they'd put the posters together, would form a giant, massive wall poster.
Okay.
So that's why I'll show you the poster here in a minute. But this is the quintessential Ace Frehley solo record. So I'll show you something fun here. So this is the original US cassette of this. And you'll see it's actually backwards and upside down.
My eyes twitching already.
I know, right? It opens this way.
It's unnatural and I don't like it.
It's so weird. So this is the original cassette printing from 78 from the Ace Frehley solo, which, it's the first printing because it's backwards and upside down. Like even the spine's upside down. It's weird. And no, I'm not answering you right now. And this is the Canadian solo printing of the record. It's the full cover art, which is nice. And actually, it had a paper label instead of a print label like you do in the US. So this is a cool one. You'll see in the American one, it was printed on.
Oh, yeah. I never really paid attention to that, but I do remember so many cassettes that it was just printed on with no actual paper label.
Yeah, and check this out. Kiss Army has designed a fabulous collection of Ace Frehley products. Pull out the full color brochure and the fan club membership. So this was your special offer right here.
So and to still have that's the stuff that that goes missing over the years.
Oh, absolutely. I wish I still had the order form for this one. Backstage, thanks for being here, man. Yes, nice. I love it. I looked at those years ago before they became, the price of a small kidney. And I do have the original picture discs. I didn't bring them out tonight because I actually misplaced this record. I couldn't find it in my collection, so I had to pull it out real quick. And this is the 80s reissue of the solo record. You'll see it's minimal. It just says Kiss Ace Frehley. There's 3 printings of this, actually. One of them has a smaller window, and it's green and has smaller timing marks. One is a bigger window, and this is the second printing of this one. So there's 3 different printings of this version. And I have the other ones. I just couldn't dig them out in time for the show because we were going to do Supertramp tonight. Not really. We were going to talk about Ace, but it wasn't going to be the focus of the show.
Right.
And here's some cool stuff with Ace too. This is the Frehley's Comet cassette. And yes, this has Rock Soldiers on it. Rest in peace to one of the last rock soldiers ever. I love Ace Frehley, man. Like I said. But his band actually had somebody else who's quite famous. Do you see the guy on the right here? This guy?
Yeah.
Do you know? That's Anton Fig. And he would play.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, Anton. I looked down. It's like, yep, I know that name very well. Yeah, and Todd Howarth as well. They both played with Dave Letterman's band. The Dangerous, whatever the hell they were called. But so that's a cool one, and it's a drill out. And it's on Megaforce Records. Okay. So does anybody know who the vice president of Megaforce Records was who signed Ace Frehley? If you're a music guy, you may know. You'll know him once I say his name. That's what I'm feeling. It's going to be one of those for me.
Oh, nice. I love it, Jim. I love it. If you're into music podcasts on YouTube, he's got a pretty famous radio show as well. His name is Eddie Trunk. Eddie Trunk was the vice president of Megaforce and signed Ace Frehley, resurrected the man's career, and brought him from the brink. So this has Rock Soldiers on it, some other cool tracks. I love this record so much. And then there's the second album from Ace called Second Sighting. It's this one. If you haven't noticed, I'm a big fan of Frehley's Comet as well. I have all their stuff. I was a big fan of this band. And actually, Anton Fig played drums on this record too.
And you have to admit it. What a great name, Frehley's Comet.
Absolutely. The spaceman himself, you know?
Absolutely.
But A Loser in a Fight is a good song. Insane's a great track. So that's a cool one, Second Sighting. This is a cool one too. It's hard to find. But it has a cover of this actually live. And this is Live +1.
Ooh.
It has Rip It Out and Breakout on the first one. Rocket Ride, a reissue of Rocket Ride and Words Not Enough. And Something Moved live. So this is a cool one as well. It's on the clear shell on the big label or the big window. When I say big window, I mean this.
Yep.
So there's different ones. And this is an
Kids,
SR.
if you don't know what he meant, ask your parents.
Yeah. And no pencils were used to rewind this cassette, just so we're clear. All right. So that's a few of the Kiss cassettes, Ace cassettes that I had to show tonight. It's part of my tribute to the reason why I became a rock and roll guy. And again, I wouldn't have played music. I wouldn't have had, mediocre success. I wouldn't have been able to do anything if it wasn't for Ace Frehley, man. I'm telling you. He was something else. So here's the album. This had Rip It Out on it and New York Groove. New York Groove was a cover of a UK song from a band called Hello. And Sydney Cat, just so hello. There's a joke about that. I'll tell you in a second. This is awesome here. I'll show you. And this is the best of. This is from Germany. It's a compilation. You're not going to find it in America. And there's something cool to show you with that too. But here's the back. It's a fairly good shape as well. And this is complete. Nice. Let's go. Nice backstage. Backstage says he saw Kiss live in Detroit. 76
let's go.
On Destroyer. 77 on Love Gun. Oh man, and again in 78. Holy God, yes, let's go. Hell yeah. That Love Gun Destroyer tour, those two tours were insane. So here's the original record. It has his Ace's face on it as well, which I think is kind of cool. It's a little dusty. I haven't cleaned it. I got to put it through my ultrasonic cleaner. But there, show you the label once it focuses in.
There we go.
Yeah, it's nice, eh?
Oh, look at that. There's old Ace right there on the Casablanca record, as he should be.
And it's got Wiped Out, Fractured Mirror, New York Groove. And you see here, I'm in Need of Love. So this is an original 78 printing, the O coin. And if you're a Kiss guy, you're looking for Rocksteady and O coin written on your stuff. So you know it's the original stuff. But yeah, Ozone, Snowblind, great song. Great song. And Speeding Back to My Baby, I was listening to today, actually. So there you go.
Rip It Out is such a good song.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Rip It Out is such a good song.
It certainly is. All right, so I'm going to just put this back in the jacket because I'm anal like that. But I am. Now, I do have the order form, and here's the original liner notes for this one as well. And it was basically this. Here's the other 4 records.
Huh.
And Ace has actually sold the most copies. So his was the most successful. Now look what it says right here. See, it says O'Coin Management, Inc.
Yep. O'Coin Management, 1978.
That's how you know it's an original, not a reprint. Because O'Coin left Kiss right before Dynasty. So that's how you know. And it has Rocksteady too. Anything that says Rocksteady is what you want as well, if you're a Kiss collector. Just saying. So here, guys, this is it. This is the creme de la creme, the coup de grace, something that you probably won't see again for a while. It is the original Ace Frehley poster without any pinholes or tacks in it.
That last part that you just said, that I think is the most impressive of it all. Look at that. That is just like if there was anything else that could possibly sum up that era of music, I defy you to show it to me.
Oh yeah, right. 3 different versions of Ace, right? And if you put all the rest of the posters together, made this giant poster of all the guys with his smoking guitar solos that he did in the live. And oh man, like I'm telling you, this to me was worth the price of admission. I paid almost $80 US for this record a couple years ago from another Kiss collector because it was complete. It had everything with it. Now, this is a cool thing I want to show everybody as well. Ace Can Never Die. That's right, Bitchmaster. Damn straight, boy. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I'm a huge Kiss guy and a massive Ace Frehley fan as well. All right, so I got to kill this light here. Just give me a sec. There. Okay, so this here is the best of compilation of the solos. This is a cool one because you couldn't get it in North America. And this is a West German printing. Hence the adjusted Kiss logo.
The much different looking S's.
That's right. You know, Germany was a little sensitive about the whole thing, but
so there was a bit of a history there.
So this is on Phonogram Records, printed in West Berlin, but it has all the old Kiss records as well, with the German version of those covers. I love them. They're hard to find now. They're very expensive because, again, the Kiss collectors, right? Kiss collectors are our own cult. We're our own group of people. And Zach already knows what I'm going to show you, so I'll show you the first side. Okay.
Let's go.
So here's the album. I'll put it close so you can see. Just zooms in on the label a little bit. You see that's a different version label. GEMA is German. So if you have any of those albums in your collection, they are German. That's the designation for anything in the German vinyl stuff. And it was a compilation of all of the different Kiss sort of hits from the solo records. But check this out, guys. This is a printing error from the factory. So it has two holes in it, and the label's printed right over the vinyl.
And much like the backwards cassette case, this is the first time I had ever seen a misprinted record. Never saw that before.
And it's funny because if you know how records are pressed, they put the labels in the machine first, then they put the plastic, then they put the other label, and then they print it or press it. And so this must have got put either wrong or missed it when it actually pressed it down.
Which is just incredibly cool. Like, I've never seen anything like that before.
And I actually forgot it was this version that I was pulling out because I have two. I have a good one and then this one. But
see, serendipity, as it were.
Yeah, I love this label too. This label's great.
Casablanca label's great.
And there's a couple of different versions, right? There's the movie label, which is this one. Then there's the Desert Palm label, which is the one that's in Rock and Roll Over that I showed. And then there's the blue one, which is so if you're a Kiss collector, and then the labels are blue and it's got Humphrey Bogart on it having a cigarette, that's what you want. And it's really not Humphrey Bogart. It's the guy that started Casablanca Records. But he's dressed up like Humphrey Bogart from the movie.
It's Humphrey Bogart adjacent.
That's right. But here's the Desert Palm label.
Let's see, which one do I have? Huh. I'm looking at the one I have because it's the only Kiss record I have, and
here, I'll put it over to you here in a second once I put this back. That's the thing when you're doing a show like this, because we're used to doing sports cards. They're a little bit more compact and easy to move around. I'm still getting used to moving around my vinyl stuff without destroying it. All right. So, Rock and Roll Over for everybody. I love this record so much. Cool. I love that record so much. Here, I'll put it. Yeah, and then it fell. Let's go.
Timber!
That's right. All right. So now you have a Kiss record as well. So let's move you over here.
I just got the one. Yeah. But it's a good one. I've got good old Dress to Kill.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
And the best part about it, that's what I paid for it. $5. But
right.
And
is
if
that
you look
at
at
a $5 thing that we were doing on Tim's thing?
I believe it was, yeah, because I may have shown it
before.
$5
challenge we did on Sunday?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just look at Ace. He is the epitome of they're only here because I don't mind them being here. Like, but and then it's got the obviously the negative on the back there, which I think is really cool. But I was looking at the album or the record itself, and it's a different Casablanca, I think. Which one is this one?
That's the movie label one, the movie director label.
Okay, so that's what I got on that one, and it's in really nice shape.
And here's mine.
Really nice shape. Let's go.
Yeah. Yours embossed on the top and the cover. Like these letters are raised on this version.
Yeah, they are raised letters.
Okay. Now I'm going to move it over the camera over here for just a quick moment. Great choice. Okay, so Dress to Kill, everybody. What's your favorite song from Dress to Kill? Put it in the chat. It's one of the best Kiss records ever. Just so
it's an awesome record. I'm actually probably going to listen to it tonight while I'm watching the craptacular football game.
I was telling my friend when I was talking to her today that Getaway is my favorite song from this record.
I was going to say, and is that not the only one that he wrote?
Yeah, and he's singing on it, and he sounds like he's. No, I don't have the red ones yet backstage, but I am going to show the blue label Bogart first Canadian printing anyway of this one. So that was your label. Here's what the first printing looks like in the Canadian label.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's the Bogart adjacent.
Yeah, isn't that badass?
That is awesome. Look, I've never actually seen many of those labels. I think other than the ones you've shown.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This woman here. Come on and love me. You got it, girl. One of my favorite songs to play on the drums. one of my favorite Kiss songs. So on this side one, we had Room Service, Two Timer, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, and the Ace Frehley classic, Rock Bottom, which is an awesome song, man. On the second side, we have Come On and Love Me, which again, Sydney Cat already knows because she likes Kiss. Another reason why she's awesome. Go check out her channel.
Agreed.
Anything for My Baby. And then we got She, which is another awesome song, a really cool guitar solo that Ace did. Love Her All I Can. And of course, the epic Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Freaking Day.
That one of the anthems of the time, I would have to say. Absolutely.
So I love this one. I love these Bogart labels. They are the creme de la creme. I was listening to this actually while Sydney Cat was live with her cat today. And it's funny you mentioned Drestico because I was wondering if I should show this one tonight. And it just so happens it was on the turntable and it's going to be a short for tomorrow. So your timing is wonderful, Zach. I will say.
Everything has a weird way of working itself out when I'm around.
You know what, man? I'm telling you, like, living it up, man.
Yeah, but and I mean, what are the chances? I bought this specifically because I was doing something with you. It's the only Kiss record I have.
Yeah.
And it's just oddly coincidental, if you will.
I love it. I love it, man. Like, so to me.
Can I take a moment?
Yes.
I would like to heap some praise on the song Shock Me. I think that is such a fantastic song. And, you know, I know some people say, and I believe rightfully so, might be one of the best Kiss songs of all time. And
yes.
Was that not written by Mr. Ace Frehley himself?
It was, sir. And you know what? It's epic.
It's awesome. I think that's my favorite song on that album because that was Love Gun. I think. I can't remember. But
was it on Love Gun? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. I have to double check because it was on Alive.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it came out on Love Gun, but that's one of those like it's. I think it's a lot. I think it's one, a lot better than people remember, and two, a lot better than people give it credit for.
Oh, heck yeah. Ace's solos were awesome. Like they would have thought the toggle switch on a Les Paul would have been part of a solo, right? You know what I mean? Like he's sitting there like on the toggle switch, you know?
And SC has confirmed 1977 Love Gun, written by the man, the myth, the spaceman.
Absolutely. Hey, Wesley, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. For sure. And I appreciate every new people coming in. And I know people are coming in and out. It's baseball time. It's playoffs time. We're all still kind of reeling from this wonderful weekend, but we're also kind of sad that, you know, Ace is no longer with us.
It was a bittersweet weekend.
It was. His solo stuff is amazing. His last record, 10,000 Volts, was one of my favorite albums that he's put out in a long time. Really great album. He's a great musician. The reason why I liked music. And then I moved on right from Kiss and moved into like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and then punk rock and doing all of that. But yeah, that's right. He was the master of the minor pentatonic scale, the master of the pentatonic, like right down where it's dangerous to play. And he just loved it down there. Just perfection. Now, for everybody in the chat, I know I talked a lot, and I want to know from the chat. So I'm going to talk about what Ace thought of this record. What does everybody in the chat think of this? Anybody? What are y'all feelings about Kiss in the Elder album? Because this is the album that made Ace Frehley leave Kiss for good. So we have to talk about Elder a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what's on it.
I and The Oath. The Oath is the big song from that record.
Yeah, okay. Now I remember. Yeah, The Oath. I'm looking at the track listing now. It's like, okay, now it's coming back. And because it's like I'm not at the level that you are, it takes me a minute to put a song with an album.
It even with the knowledge that I have and the music knowledge, I still forget to. I'm just getting at that age, right? You just forget stuff.
Well, and especially when it's such a prolific band that did so much, album after album, they were putting out. Well, there you go. I guess the public opinion has spoken.
The public has spoken. Tell me what you think, Jeff.
R.I.P. John Holmes. But in any event, and we're off the air in Estonia. Good job,
we're dropping people like flies here. That's awesome. Oh shit, that's hilarious.
But now, and you asked something earlier, and people said, if you had to pick one album, that's all you get, and it can't be a best of, what studio album would you pick?
From Kiss?
Yeah.
And my Desert Island discs?
Your Desert Island studio album, not a compilation. That's Destroyer. Where it gets tricky. You know what? That's my pick as well. That Flaming Youth, let's go Ace Frehley, but great song.
Yeah.
There's some big songs on Destroyer, and that would absolutely be my vote.
The guitar riff from God of Thunder.
Oh my God. It's like honestly, it's a fitting title because if Thor came down, that's what he would want his anthem to be.
Oh, for sure it would. For sure. And every entrance music of every WWE guy for the last 30 years.
Yeah. So when the God of Thunder comes down to the planet, he is going to want God of Thunder as his personal soundtrack.
And Sidney Cat just hit the nail right on the head. My favorite Kiss song of all time, Detroit Rock City, baby.
I think that may have been the first one of theirs I remember hearing.
Me too. Because I went and I got that record.
It was just, and it's like, ooh, who are these guys? Because like I said, I didn't grow up with them. And when I heard it, I'm like, ooh, hey now,
Right? Now, I was 10 years old. So this was 87. So this is years after that came out, right? 12 years after it came out. And I got my lawn mowing money, right? I'm just a kid. And my dad's like, well, come to the shop. And my dad had a record shop part-time with my uncle. He's like, come to the shop, pick a record. I was like, all right. Yeah. And I picked up purely by the cover, Kiss Destroyer. And I looked at that. I was like, I'm taking this.
And then look at what it started.
Exactly. It did. It brought me right down a rabbit hole. It really, really did.
And people often say, like big collectors, they'll say, what is the most expensive piece in your collection? And so many of them will point to the very first one. It's like, because look at what it started.
Yes. And if you're wondering, yes, I have 10 copies of Rock and Roll Over on vinyl. I have probably 15 or 20 copies of Destroyer on vinyl and another 10 or so on tape. I love that record so much. I have the Japanese first printing. The Bogart blue label with the Jap. Just 1 second, I'll show you. I'll put you on the big screen.
Yeah, and see, that's big screen.
Oh, wrong guy. There we go.
I'll vamp for a little bit. Hello, everybody. It's my show now. How are you? You're gonna regret putting me on the big screen. SC nailed it, and that's it. It's like you can't not think of Kiss and not think of Detroit Rock City in the same breath. Like, yes, they have the other songs, but at the same time, it's like Kiss, Detroit Rock City. It's like one right after the other.
And honestly, it was one of the first songs I learned how to play on the drums as a kid, through and through. And I had it down, man. I know every part. Hey, Ken, every part of that song.
Hey, Ken.
And here's a little fun factoid for you: every Kiss drummer played Detroit differently every time. Hey, Adam, thanks for being here.
Adam.
Eric Carr played it like, the drums owed him money, beat the living fuck out of it, and he was going like a step and a half too fast. Peter Criss had sort of a jazzy, like, kind of, and Eric Singer was just completely technical, doing tricks, and would do both of those versions at the same time. But There you go, folks. There. That's the creme de
Yeah,
la creme, baby.
that's
The
it,
Japanese
baby.
printing of Destroyer, the first printing gatefold. And yes, if you're wondering, yes, she's a bogey. She's a Bogart blue label.
Oh, look at that. It's all the boxes ticked in one, folks.
Yeah. And with the gatefold was shouted out loud, Kiss Army. And proud member of Kiss Army. This is 1987.
Right. See that, and
30 years old.
that's exactly why it's perfect to be doing this one. And it's, especially with somebody who's not at that level, but yet you have to have the appreciation, because I said it to you earlier because I was thinking about it all day. It's like, even if you've never once listened to a Kiss song, in a way you have, because of all the musicians that have taken to Twitter, that have taken to Instagram, saying how much Ace Frehley meant to them personally and professionally.
Yes, so, like almost every modern musician of this day.
Oh, and we're talking incredible level guitar players.
Dave Grohl
are saying that they would bow at the feet of Ace Frehley, when it comes to playing the guitar.
Metallica, Dave Grohl, like everybody has said something about this. It's a big one. Hey, Chris, thanks for being here. And Adam, too. Chris? Appreciate you guys. It's been a huge thing. And just to kind of dovetail back to Elder a little bit, these are really hard tapes to get.
George.
Oh, no, not at all. It flows where it flows.
Remember I said everybody.
Oh, thanks, NCR. Remember I said the small window green ones? This is a small window green one.
Yeah.
And this is the Elder. These are hard to find, these Elder cassettes, because they didn't sell, right? Like
I was going to say, probably for good reason.
They didn't. But Ace, okay, so they started to record Elder at Ace's underground studio in Connecticut called Hole in the Wall Studio. And Hole in the Wall was built 7 feet underground. And it was a recording studio. You'd walk in, like it was like a bunker, basically.
I was going to say, you probably get very little background noise or echo in an environment like that.
And here's another one. And rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell. Ken just mentioned that. Go ahead.
Yeah, complete. And they, Pantera, they were everybody. The outpouring of from all the bands, like all the metal bands throughout the '80s, like Ace Frehley. It was all across the board.
He was amazing, and they recorded part of Elder and Hole in the Wall, and Ace was like, "Gene, what the f- are we doing here? What are we doing? What the hell are we doing with this? People want this. They don't want a concept record. They don't want Elder. Yeah. They don't want it. It's garbage. Nobody wants this." And actually, it ended up him leaving. So they ended up finishing the recording and the mastering of Elder in Toronto, Canada, in Bob Ezrin's studio, because Bob Ezrin helped do Destroyer. So they were pretty familiar with him. And after he was done, he left Kiss. And that was it.
I think history will prove that he was right.
He was
100%. In the long run, history will show that he was right. And when artists think like that they know better than their fans is when things like that happen.
Yes. And here's another printing. This is the Canadian printing of Elder. This is rare. This is like unicorn tears. Believe it or not. Yeah, it is. It's insane.
Well, no, I believe it because one, it didn't sell well overall, and two, how many of them are even still around?
Exactly. But everybody was used to Rock and Roll Over, Dressed to Kill, Destroyer, Alive, Love Gun.
Yeah.
And then they come up with Elder. They're like, what the hell is this garbage? Now, I happen now to love Ace's work on Elder. I happen to love this record a lot. I didn't buy into the concept of the whole wizard thing and I didn't just buy into the concept, but the guitar playing on The Oath is amazing.
Yes, agree.
It is. It's Ace. It's because Ace had his own tone. People don't really think about that.
And that was the thing about that one, especially now you put it, it made me think of this just now. It's like, regardless of what it was, like conceptual or not, he was still going to be him. And it didn't matter to him.
Exactly. Just this is for some of the new people that are coming in. We're just doing a quick rewind. This is the 180 gram reissue. So that's not the original printing, but this is the solo.
That is just cool. That is cool.
Now, if you have the German printings with all the cool lettering on the back, you're a big time Kiss collector. I don't have that stuff anymore. My divorce and all of my wonderful ex helped liberate some of that out of my collection without my prior written consent. But I still have quite a bit of Kiss stuff here. But again, those were the things that changed my life. So seeing Kiss Farewell was huge for me. Seeing Ace Frehley live in Erie, PA. Do you remember when he played in Erie, PA a couple of years ago? Well, not a couple of years ago, probably 10 years now.
Yeah, no, but I remember hearing about it because, it's relatively kind of equidistant from, both of us.
Right.
And it's like I drive through Erie all the time, and it's like, people are, and a lot of people here are Kiss fans, like, dude, Ace Frehley's playing in Erie. And I know a lot of people that drove to Erie for it.
I drove from Canada.
I was going to say, you were probably one of them coming across the border, but I know a lot of people from, Western New York that drove across that little tip into the panhandle of Pennsylvania for it.
Yeah, it was nice, Ken. I saw them in the 2000 reunion tour, which is, again, it's under glass. But for the Erie, PA show, we found out about it Friday morning. I called my buddy. I'm like, should we go? He's like, yeah. I'm like, it's free. He's like, okay, done. Split the hotel with me. I'm like, yeah, done.
Yeah,
it was,
and that's the thing. Like, it's Ace Frehley. It's not far, and it's free.
Yeah,
that's 3 of the 4 food groups, folks. In case you were counting.
I know, right? So I'm glad I got to see him live. And what a cool thing too, a lot of people don't know, is his last band, Ace Frehley's last band, was Gene Simmons' backup band from Gene's solo projects. Ace actually hired them all lock, stock, and barrel because he was helping Gene out during when Gene was doing the Vault, his Vault compilation, when he's going around traveling. He asked Ace to come sing some songs with him and play because Gene and Ace were really good friends. And Ace hired his band and they recorded a bunch of albums. Fucking awesome. Music lovers.
Hey, that's right, not just music lovers. You tell me something's free and watch me smile.
Watch me go. Watch me run. Yeah,
but watch me do, kids.
That was fun. I got to see Kiss again on Kiss Alive 35, which was Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer dressed up as Peter, Chris, and Ace. It was still a good show. Eric Singer is one of my favorite drummers anyway. He's been the longest tenured drummer in Kiss. And he's a good friend of Ace's as well. Played with him on some of his solo stuff. And Tommy Thayer used to be the road manager for Kiss during the farewell tour. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he used to give Ace's donuts and stuff.
Yeah, odd how all of a sudden he came in. It's like, where'd they find this guy? He's been there the whole time.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like Tommy. Tommy's a good guy, and he was a great guitar player. He's not Ace. I think he would have got more respect if he wasn't Ace.
And I think that's the problem. Like, don't dress him up as Ace. Let him do his thing. Because that is the best way to do it. Like, don't try to replace him. Like, here's somebody that's going to do it in their style in honor of them. Much like Neil Peart and anybody else that ever has to bring in a new musician.
Right, exactly. And I think as well, there's some heartfelt tributes from all kinds of people around the world. Eric Singer did a really nice tribute to Ace. So did Bruce Kulick, who was also he was Ace's replacement, second or third down the line. But again, played Ace's solos, played all kinds of Kiss material for years. Played at Grand Funk Railroad as well. I'm a big fan of Bruce Kulick. But again, contemporaries, fans.
And I also think especially because you said contemporaries, in that industry in particular, with how fickle and cutthroat it can be at times, for all of his contemporaries to have not a bad word to say about him, what else needs to be said, in all honesty?
Exactly. And let me tell you how much of an everyman this guy is. If you don't believe me that Ace Frehley was an everyman, go check out my posts. I posted a video of his channel when he was shopping at Walmart, and he picked up a Hello Kitty shirt. And go watch his last live show. He was wearing that shirt on stage. So you know what? Ace was just an everyman, just like you and I.
Yeah. It's just he happened to be really, really good at playing the guitar.
Yeah, and drinking and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So Kiss was banned from my hometown after the Destroyer tour until 83 or 84, because Ace was bad for destroying his hotel rooms. And he was throwing TVs out of the top of the hotel into the street.
Yeah, and that's what he was. Those stories we all hear about rock stars and TVs out of the hotel, off the hotel balcony. That was him. That's where they came from. He was the original viral video.
He was, and they got banned. Kiss was not allowed to play here for 10 years. They just destroyed the city. Oh my God. But that's rock and roll, man. That's rock and roll, dude. Right? That's rock and roll. That's what it's about. I love it. And again, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have loved. Yes, absolutely, John. I wouldn't have loved playing music. I wouldn't have loved music. Like I said, I got Destroyer. The next one was Rock and Roll Over. Then I got I got Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz. And then after that, it was Hell's Bells from AC/DC, so the Black record, Back in Black, whatever it is. And it just started me down that road. Priest,
yeah.
And it was really only Ace. That's right.
Right. And, it's look, kids, it was a different time back in the 70s.
It was. Now, there is a remastered version of the Tom Snyder interview with Ace Frehley with Kiss during the Dynasty era, where Ace is completely taken over the interview, and you could see Gene getting really angry, and Paul's really pissed off because they're trying to be all serious, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "So what's your name?" He goes, "Well, I'm Ace." He goes, "What do you do?" He goes, "I'm a plumber." And then
I gotta watch that one.
You do, and Tom's like, "Well, I got some pipes backstage could be worked on." He goes, "Tell me about it, Tom. At least buy me dinner first." It was, and you could see G just through his makeup just going.
Yeah, but now it makes you wonder: is it because he was actually angry, or because he was angry that he didn't think of it first?
He was angry because he wasn't the center of attention. Yeah, absolutely.
Bingo. Yeah, a little bit of column A, B, and C.
And the other thing that Ace was noted for was calling people curly. Called everybody curly. Everybody. Didn't matter who you were. He's like, "Are you all right, curly?" Yeah. And I remember there's a guy I know that did a meet and greet with him. He's paid a lot of money to meet him. And he met him. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Frehley, how are you?" Ace looks at him and says, "Hurry up, Curly. I got about 10 minutes and then I'm going to play the slots."
That'd be like worth price of admission.
Doesn't care. No. Ace Frehley. Who cares?
And that, I think, more so than anything, sums up what a rock star truly should be. They don't care. Regardless of anything else, that has to be one of the base tenets of it, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And you're cool enough to go up wearing a Hello Kitty shirt and go play a rock and roll show.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, it's like the Dean Martin of the Rat Pack. Everybody thought Frank was in charge. No, Frank was not in charge. Dean Martin, everybody did what Dean said, and he stayed cool and calm about the whole thing. He was
the epitome of cool. He was. Man, I tell you, it's going to be I'm still having a hard time with processing all this for me. But I'll tell you,
I think it's because of of the circumstances and how it came out of the blue. I think that's the,
Well, last week
whenever
we
it
were
happens
talking.
like that, it's just, very shocking. Geraldo.
Interesting. I'm going to check that out. I didn't see that one.
Wow, Kiss. Wow, that's a lineup right there. Kiss and Willie Nelson with Geraldo.
Yeah, no,
I'm
going to
having
check
trouble
that out.
shifting that one, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm going to check that out. Thank you so much for letting us know.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough. I know. So I first heard it from you and NPP first, National Parks Princess. You both texted me at the same time and told me.
Yeah, because actually Julie Farnham that sent it to me because he lived very close to where she lives when he passed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I was like, if he hasn't heard this, like, I kind of don't want to be the one to send it to him, It was one of those.
And same with Cindy Cat too. She said the same thing. Like, I appreciate you guys. You're always great friends of mine, and you know how much I love that band and how much I looked up to that
Exactly.
guy.
And it's like you're kind of almost duty bound too, but you're shaking your fist at the universe at the same time.
Yeah, and Ken, I didn't see that. Oh, but thank you. And you know what, man? I'm telling you, it's like Superman's dead, right? Same thing. It's like that,
Yeah,
but hey, you got to look at the memories, you got to look at the good times, and you got to look at all the stuff that he did for all of us people behind him.
And exactly, and you look at everything he's given the entire world of music, not just through him, but through everybody that took a page from his book and sat under the learning tree, either literally or metaphorically, of him. How much great talent and great musical acts he has been responsible for in a way.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you something cool. I had a previous Instagram account before this one that got taken down because I said some stuff I probably shouldn't have said.
These things happen in life.
I wrote on Ace Frehley's Instagram page once about something. He hearted it and took the time to write back to me.
Dude, it's like even just getting the acknowledgement of the heart, but to get a message, it's like, yep, that's all. That's all I need.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, because here is when you talk to him specifically about anything other than music, he was like not really there, right? Talk to him about music and guitar playing and guitars. You had his attention. You had him. He was there. And
that is another thing that a lot of people who are great at their craft are like they can if they're forced to, but they would rather not.
Yeah.
Because of how much that particular subject means to them.
Exactly. And you can see when you're talking to the guy, he's really aloof. You talk about music, he's there. Talk about the Beatles, the Stones. He loved those bands, and Stones especially. Man, he's going to be missed. He's going to be missed. I was looking forward to his next record was coming out. So, unfortunately, but 10,000 Volts is his last solo record. It's a great one. It's worth checking out. Everybody, thanks for being here tonight. Zach, appreciate you pitching in, man.
Hey, anytime, brother. Anytime you need me, I'm usually around somewhere.
I appreciate you. I got a hair on my mustache that's tickling my nose like crazy. It's been doing it all day. I got to give it a trim.
It's like you got to get the scissors now.
Yeah, it's getting annoying. To everybody that's still here, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And all of you, the super chatters, the donators, the memberships, MPP, thanks for being here. Nature Dog, thanks for the super chat. Sydney Cat, thanks for the membership gifting. Christopher Works, thanks for being here.
People in the chat.
Everybody, Adam, some of the new people, right, that came in. Backstage, thank you for being here. I'll make you blue next time you're here. Wesley, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Henry, you're the man. Henry, you're a great collector, man.
And tell me this is a good way to kind of wrap it up. A number of new people that we've seen in here tonight just shows the impact that he had.
Absolutely. Witchmaster, thank you so much. All of you guys, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate the community. And again, I appreciate you supporting my shift to doing music here. This is really my passion more than cards. But if you want to check out my card stuff, it's North of the Boards cards and autographs. You can go check it out, do a little googly goo, and you'll find it.
Do it.
It's that's where all the card stuff is now. And next week we're going to do Supertramp, Breakfast in America, great record. And Mike Post will be back after taking a little bit of a break. And
he's got some big shoes to fill. I'll tell you that for free.
Oh yeah, he does. Let's go. And that's right. Please drink responsibly. And when you're done, fold up your server and put her away. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all for being here.
Good night, all.